The Ministry of Defence takes its responsibility to safely manage nuclear-powered submarines throughout their lives seriously. Identifying a safe and environmentally responsible solution to dismantle those submarines that have left service is the aim of the Submarine Dismantling Project. No decisions have yet been made. The purpose of this consultation is to engage with residents and interested groups and to hear the public's views so that they can be taken into account as we develop our solutions. We will not compromise the safety of workers or the general public.
Hello, my name's Lieutenant Commander Phil Northcott and I'm a submariner in the Royal Navy. I've been in the submarine service for 10 years now, have served on 3 different submarines, and I probably see for the foreseeable future that I will remain in the submarine service. My role on board as a Marine Engineering Officer is to operate and maintain primarily the reactor on board, but also the ancillary systems that go along with that. But I'm very much a small cog as part of a bigger team. We have seaman officers on board who drive the submarine and fight the submarine. We have weapons engineers on board, all the way down to the galley stewards and the chefs on board who, if they're away for upwards of 3 months, they produce 3 square meals a day. HMS Dreadnought was our first nuclear-powered submarine, and she operated nearly 60 years ago. And since then, we've operated about 5 classes of submarine. The Royal Navy operates 2 different types of submarines, the Vanguard class ballistic missile submarines and the attack submarines. The Vanguard class carries the UK's independent nuclear deterrent, and one of the major roles of the attack class submarine is to act as protector of that nuclear deterrent. But the attack class submarines are very flexible, and they also do a number of other roles, including intelligence gathering, anti-ship and anti-submarine warfare as well. One of the major objectives or the major advantages of submarines is the fact it can remain undetected. The old diesel-powered submarines used to have to either surface or basically stick a mast up to bring air into the submarine to operate its diesels. Nuclear-powered submarines don't need to do this. We're pretty much self-contained. The only thing that limits us or limits our endurance really is the food we carry on board. We make our own air, we make our own water, we have our own power as well, so we can essentially go around the world and never surface again.
Like all military equipment, though, these submarines have an operational lifespan, and after around 30 years, their service with the Royal Navy will come to an end. After they leave service, submarines are stored in the water at Devonport and Rosyth dockyards. They are maintained in a similar way to operational submarines to protect their structure and to ensure they remain safely afloat. The cost of maintaining them is rising as they age, and capacity to store them is running out as more submarines leave service.
I'm Rear Admiral Simon Lister, and I'm responsible for the procurement, the maintenance and the disposal of nuclear submarines. We have 17 submarines in the United Kingdom awaiting disposal, and some of those are over 30 years old. The cost to the taxpayer of keeping those submarines safe whilst they're awaiting disposal is growing all the time. So we are looking for an environmentally safe, cost-effective method of disposing of our submarines. As a nuclear operator, the Ministry of Defence must manage its legacy in a proper and responsible way. And that's what the Submarine Dismantling Project is designed to do.
The Submarine Dismantling Project will remove the radioactive materials from the submarines and store the radioactive waste that is awaiting a disposal solution. This is less than 1% of the submarine's total weight. After the radioactive materials have been removed, the hull of the submarine can then be broken up and recycled, in a similar way to Navy surface ships. Over 90% of the materials in the submarine are recyclable. The first stage is to remove the radioactive materials from the submarine, the vast majority of which is metalwork in the reactor pressure vessel. There are 3 ways in which this may be done. The first is to separate the reactor compartment from the front and rear sections of the submarine and store it intact. After storage, it must then be dismantled, and the reactor pressure vessel inside must be cut into smaller pieces and packaged before it can be sent for final disposal. The second is to remove the reactor pressure vessel through a hole cut into the hull of the submarine and store it intact. It will also be cut into smaller pieces and packaged before it is sent for final disposal. In the third option, the reactor pressure vessel is also removed whole, but is then cut into smaller pieces and packaged into boxes before it is stored. These boxes can be sent for disposal without any further cutting up work. Whichever option is chosen, the project must develop the facility where these materials are stored until the proposed disposal facility is available, sometime after 2040. Once the radioactive materials have been removed, the hull of the submarine will be sent to a ship recycling facility to be broken up and recycled.
It will be safe. The Ministry of Defence will ensure that the safety of the local population and the workforce involved will not be compromised. The Office of Nuclear Regulation in the United Kingdom makes sure that all our nuclear activity is safe. And the Environment Agency in Scotland and in England makes sure that our work is conducted in an environmentally sensitive way.
This consultation is specifically seeking your views on 3 key decisions: how to remove radioactive materials from the submarines, where to remove the radioactive materials from the submarines, and which type of site to use to store the radioactive waste that is awaiting a disposal solution. A series of exhibitions are being held in and around Devonport and Rosyth where you can get more information, discuss with other people in workshops, ask questions and talk to experts from the Ministry of Defence. All the documents supporting the consultation are available through the Ministry of Defence website, where you can also submit your feedback to the consultation. There are a number of ways to get involved in the consultation. You can attend one of our events, pick up copies of our documents at local libraries, or go online to the project website. Please take the opportunity to let us know your thoughts by responding to the consultation document, either by free post, email, or by contacting the project team.
I very much hope that people will take advantage of the information we've provided and access to the experts who are keen to explain much of the project to them. It's by taking the wide range of views about submarine dismantling that we will find the best solution for submarine dismantling, for defence, for the public and for the future.